Unbelievable. Yeah, Ian, how you doing? Ian, you're on the air.
Hi, how you doing?
What do you want?
Oh, we haven't talked to him in a long time.
Hey, Ian.
Hi. Okay, how you doing? I want to tell you, that kind of a pretense when, Pat Buchanan won that New Hampshire.
Where have you been, by the way? We haven't heard from you in so long.
Okay. I've been doing my own thing.
Where have you been? Rehab?
No.
If he was in rehab, he just fell off.
Yeah, I think he's out of rehab and he needs to go back. Have you been in a rehab?
Right, exact.
Have you been drinking more than ever?
Right.
Go ahead, tell us you don't
listen,
drink.
Howard, you tell me what I should say, right? And then I'll tell you. But on the other hand, I want to tell you, okay?
Yeah.
You are so liberal, so, even when you...
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty liberal.
John Jr. Kennedy.
Yeah, I'm real liberal. I'm for the death penalty, which, by the way, we all now can thank me.
No. But
because now that cop who was shot might get the guy who shot him might get the death penalty.
If we can get
that was a nice thing. That was a nice thing you did.
Yeah.
That was a very
I'm real
nice
liberal.
thing you did.
I'm for...
Why don't you disagree with him? Why are you going to argue with him?
Because I like to argue with a drunk.
He calls up to take you. I actually going to...
All right, you know what, Robin? I'll play it your way. Go ahead, Ian.
Okay.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, go ahead. Now tell me what you want to say.
So, even though that was a very nice thing that you did, okay, with like Governor Pataki when he got elected, and you were sitting on his right or left or wherever you were, right?
Yeah, right.
In Albany.
See, he's not used to getting
when you ask me...
And look at him, he's lost.
No, listen.
Yeah, he wants to argue with me.
Don't you remember, when you asked me if I remembered what was the capital of New York State?
By the way, this is Jim Belushi's new agent. I want my microphone level raised.
Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so when that happened,
yes.
And you ran for the governor of... Didn't you run for governor of New York State?
Oh, you know the answer to that. What's
matter?
wrong with you?
He's drunk. What do you mean? You ever been drunk, Robin? That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know when you get drunk, you get angry. He wants to argue, but I'm not arguing with him. Yeah, go ahead.
But I'm not arguing with you either.
Let me bring you back to the point. You said I'm very liberal, and you said something about John F. Kennedy Jr.
Right.
Go ahead. All right.
Okay.
Now go ahead.
And you've been, kind of nasty to him, okay?
Very
not
nasty.
as nasty as you were before he showed up. You used to be much nastier to him before he showed up.
That's an amazing revelation.
Wow. Well, let's see. He showed up 2 days ago, and nothing's been in the news about him. But I think right
all of a sudden he became your friend.
No, that's a lie. You're a drunken...
He's going to be like the next president.
You are a drunken bum. Who doesn't, you just don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just as critical of John F. Kennedy Jr. as I always was.
So all those other things that you used to say about him...
I'm just as critical.
Count.
I'll say that, no, they absolutely count, and I haven't changed my tune.
Did you hear him disavow any of those comments?
No, I didn't.
No, then why are you
He doesn't talk to anybody except to Howard.
Huh?
Howard was the only one who ever heard from...
No, I met Howard, Ian. Did Howard ever...
Why are you arguing with a drunk?
No, but...
See, you fell into the trap that I
let me ask you. Right. Do you remember that story when your dad asked you about the Democrats?
Yes.
And how would they win...
Yes, when I was 5 years old.
Right. Didn't he mention JFK?
Yes.
And didn't he say, you have to do it?
No, JFK was
your duty?
No.
You have to do it?
No, my father was referring to the President of the United States. That tape was from the 1960s.
But he wasn't president yet.
Yes, he was.
No, Nixon was debating him. Your father was talking to you, about...
No.
3 or 4 months before.
My dad was referring to John F. Kennedy, the president, and about congressional politics at the time.
Right, and they needed...
All right, I got to go.
Politics for 40 years, right? And you supported it.
Right.
Didn't you?
At 5.
At 5. You know what? This guy is completely off his rocker.
He's going to hold you to what you said as a 5-year-old when your father was...
Yeah, I was 5 years old, Ian. My dad was asking me a question I had no comprehension of.
I'm sorry.
You don't get the show.
Listen.
You get it on the antenna, but you don't get it.
Listen, I'm sorry if I offended you, okay?
You didn't offend me. I'm just trying to explain the show to you. You're dealing with a 5-year-old being questioned by his dad.
And he wants his approval.
Right.
So did your dad change his opinion since then?
See, my dad didn't have any opinion. It was just a chance to embarrass me as a 5-year-old.
Okay, so
Fred,
did you change your opinion since then?
No. I'm going to play you the tape, Ian, and I'm going to explain it to you, because you know what, I feel bad
I know the tape. I remember it very well.
All right, this is a 5-year-old kid
go ahead.
at his dad's recording studio.
Go ahead.
My father is trying to get... My father... Listen to me, Ian. I know you're loaded. What did you drink last night?
Nothing.
What did you have?
No, listen, I was just preparing for talking to you.
All right, listen. So I'm a little kid, and my dad asked me a question that's way over my head because my dad thinks that even a 5-year-old should act like a little adult.
Right.
And there's no way to answer my father properly.
And it was funny as hell.
Right, here we go. There was no opinion. Listen carefully.
Okay, go ahead.
If you want to be religious, I think you should go to it. And
what is this, Fred?
It doesn't sound like the right question.
Sounds like it's not re-queued. Ian, I'm sorry, I cannot play that for you. I would explain the show to you.
I'm willing to wait.
You've got all day.
Of course. Right.
Yeah, where does he have to go? Where have you been, by the way, while I'm waiting for this to re-queue?
No, I don't care.
Why won't you answer our question?
Okay, I will answer your question.
All right, where have you been?
But listen, who is the interviewer?
We are.
The interviewer?
Yeah, I'm the interviewer. I'm going to interview you.
Begin to be an interviewer.
All right, here we go. I'm going to interview you.
Okay.
All right. Where have you been? Why have you not called in the last couple of months?
Because, you asked me to come there one day, and I missed that appointment.
Oh, you were actually going to show up?
All right. Yeah, I was intending to show up.
What happened? You missed it because you were drunk?
Maybe. No, but that wasn't the real case. I really was busy. I mean, I run the business. It wasn't that simple.
Right.
Okay?
Well, what about...
Make it any other
I walked away. And
what about now?
I called back about,
What about now? Don't you run a business? How are you on the phone?
Okay. Do you want to interview me or...
Yes.
Okay. So ask me.
Don't you run a business like today, but yet you have tons of time to talk to us?
Today?
Yeah. How is it you...
Yeah, maybe another hour and a half.
I see.
Why couldn't you come down before business?
Okay, if that's an interview question, okay, I'll answer I was gonna come, okay, but I missed it. And then when I called back, John and Gary and everybody told me, we don't want to see you no more.
I see.
Oh.
You had nothing to say, okay, you had nothing to talk about and all of this. And I said, if that's how you feel, I don't want to talk about it.
I think that we have a card here that will not re-queue.
Oh.
It will just keep running and running and running.
No, come on.
We don't have really good equipment here. Give me that card, will you, Gary? Gary's going to sit there and stare at it.
Play that tape.
You take it into Scott's room and you re-queue it.
How do you get more Democrats in the Congress?
Right. That's why I gave you the tape. Not so you could sit there with it.
I was about to bring it in, but I was also...
I handed Gary the tape, and he stood out. He stared at it.
Okay.
No, man, it's not my fault the tape didn't re-queue.
No, just take it in another room.
I know, I was going to add something to the conversation. Why don't you give it back to me? I'll take care of it.
Let's see if I can get it to re-queue.
Well, why wait there when I can take care of it quicker?
Because you can't.
I know I can.
I gave you a chance.
One chance in this place, one chance only.
That's it.
Ian gets more chances than me.
Well, I'll just kill another 10 minutes while we wait for the card to re-queue.
Beautiful story.
Ian is more helpful than Gary.
7 years old. How old were you? 5 years old?
I got to go, Ian. I can't take you.
No, but tell me. When you were 5 or 7...
He's really getting to me. Tell me.
Tell me, how old were you when you were 5 years old?
I'm not in the mood to sit...
You're really a liberal because at 5,
yeah.
you said that you wanted more crats in Congress.
I didn't even know what I was talking about.